Alrighty guys, how's it going? It's Colin here with Schmitty's Off-Road. Today we are digging into the Pro XP. I got a fun little project to start today. If you saw the thumbnail, you know I got a carbon fiber hood from Fourwerx. This thing is nice looking. The carbon fiber and just the craftsmanship on this thing is so sick. I know you can do a cheaper version of this and probably get one off of eBay, but I wanted her at Fourwerx. They got some really cool quad parts as well. Kind of always dreamed of having one of their 450R hoods on my 400EX. If you guys have ever seen what I'm talking about, I'll throw up a picture here, but always thought they looked cool. So I think it's gonna be sweet to have that on the Pro XP. And not only am I gonna switch it out, but I'm gonna see if you can cut some holes kind of in that front hood area and open up the front of the firewall. I know a big complaint on these Pro XPs is the heat inside of them. So what I'm thinking is I can open it up inside there a little bit and direct some outside air into the cab. With both of the radiator up front, you guys know it funnels a lot of hot air in there. So maybe if you can mix it up a little bit with some outside air and help cool the inside down, I think that's gonna be a win-win. So we're gonna go ahead and dig into it and see what we can come up with. So all you guys got to do to remove your hood, if you've worked on these before, it's pretty easy. You're gonna have two T40 bolts or little screws. Pull those off, and there you go. That's literally all you got to do. If you didn't want to cut the inside of this up, throw your new hood on there, and you'd be good to go. You'd be done in probably a minute. But we're gonna go a step farther. So I think what I'm gonna try to do, this is metal, so obviously you're not gonna cut that open. Sorry, it's a little dirty in here. It's been pretty cold in Kansas and I haven't been out to ride, so I'm not really wanting to clean up the Pro right now, but as soon as it warms up, I've got some new products for cleaning. You guys will see that soon. If you're on Instagram, you'll know that I joined with Slick Products this year, so I'm kind of on board with them. I'm gonna be using their products a lot, cleaning these bad boys up, getting them nice and clean. But that's a video for another day. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is cut this area out here. I don't know if you can remove this entire piece. I think it loops way up underneath there. So I might just try to trace along this little area here and cut that out. And that should open up right into the front of the firewall and bring in some cooler air. So fingers crossed, and we will start cutting into that. If you guys like what I'm doing, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. I've come a long ways from where I thought I would be. A little over, or not quite a year ago. I started doing this in June of last year, and I've been able to work with a couple companies already, so that's awesome. And that's all because of you guys helping support the channel. So again, if you like this, like it, comment, subscribe, send it to your buddies. And we will keep doing these kind of videos and hopefully start riding some more this year. Never thought I'd be doing it, but we're taking the DREMEL to the Pro. Let's get after it. That DREMEL made it pretty easy. So there it is, guys. That's all there is to it. Really, I mean, you can cut however big of a hole you want. I just went ahead and did as big as I could, because if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right. And got a little bit of cleanup to do, a little rough on this edge. This other stuff's pretty good, but yeah, you can just follow the basic. I mean, it looks like there's already a template for you to follow, and just If you got a Dremel, just follow that pretty well and you should be good to go. One thing to be cautious about, there is, I don't know if you can see it right there, it's like a wire harness for something. Obviously, you want to be careful not to cut through that. Be cautious of that one. Just take your time, don't rush through it. You're only going to save a couple minutes if you rush through it, so just be careful when you're going through that, and that's really all there is to it. We're going to throw the stock hood back on it, and we're going to do a little bit of an air test, maybe get a leaf blower or something and kind of just blow around the front and see if you can feel any air coming through that front hole with the stock one on there. And then we're going to put the Fourwerx hood on, do the same thing, and see if we can feel more air getting funneled down into it. Obviously, that's not going to be the final test. The real test will come when we're out there riding and to see if it feels like it's any better. I'll keep both hoods just in case. Maybe it works really well, but I want some heat in the winter, I'll throw the stock hood back on it. But we'll see. Hopefully it works. If not, I'm gonna have a kick-ass carbon fiber hood on the Pro XP. Hopefully it works though, so we'll see. So if you guys are wondering what that hole is that I'm talking about, straight down there is where all of your coolant lines go. So they go from the front down into the tunnel and back into the back where your motor is. So that's what people are talking about when all that hot air is getting funneled straight into there and then into your cab. So that's why having that hood scoop, it should pull in, or won't really pull air in. It'll be more like a ram air system. Air will come through here and ideally straight down into that little hole in there and cool off the cab a little bit. But again, we will see. There you guys have it. That is the Fourwerx Carbon Fiber Hood for the Pro XP. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the quality of that hood. It is 100% carbon fiber, minus the little mesh that's in the front. That's some kind of metal, but it is all made in the USA. Very nice piece. It just adds that little bit of touch that a turbo needs, that little hood scoop up there in the front. All previous turbos have that, or at least I know the Turbo S's do. And it kind of just finishes off the front look of that. And I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. I'm not 100% sure if it is functional yet. We took a leaf blower and kind of blew around the front to see if we could feel any additional air coming in. And I couldn't feel a huge difference, except for when I put my hand to the very back of the tunnel and kind of felt a little bit of air coming through kind of by the coolant lines. So I think it is pushing some air through. Not a ton, but I think where the big difference is going to be is having air. So right now, where your radiator is, that's going to produce a lot of heat, and it's going to build up right in front of your firewall and then eventually kind of just seep through. Whereas having that hood scoop, I think it's actually going to help dissipate some of that air in front of your firewall, and in theory should help cool it down a little bit. Again, I'm not gonna have an infrared heat gun or anything like that to take temperatures when I'm riding and all that, but in theory, I think it's gonna work. I don't know, it might be a placebo effect if it actually does work or not, but in the end, it is a cool piece that I wanted to put on there and kind of customize my razor a little bit and set it apart from everyone else's. I know anyone can go out and buy one, but everyone does theirs a little bit different. So again, that's kind of my little how to install the hood and how you cut it and all that. And yeah, I appreciate you guys liking and subscribing, commenting on my videos, sharing them with your friends. All of that helps me grow my channel and do great stuff for you guys. So again, thank you guys, and we will see you next time. See you.